Yeah, I mean, when you look at it geographically, there's not a lot of bailouts from any level. And in all actuality, in terms of travel, this is as good as anything. So, yeah, I mean, the only additional thing I'll say is, there's a lot of talk about this being a great draw for us. But anyone who's been down there and played games in Central America knows that the environment's not easy, that the teams play with a lot of pride and passion, and that, these are the best teams in the region. And so there are no easy matches. So we know in every way that we're up for a big challenge, but we're excited. What a great opportunity for our club to be in a tournament like this, and we're going to put our best foot forward, that's for sure.
Very often these matches come sandwiched between league fixtures. How seriously are you guys prepared to? I know we're still a whiles away from it, but how seriously do you plan to make this a priority?
Yeah, this is a huge priority, and we've built out a deep roster specifically because we knew that this was going to be an important tournament, as well as the Open Cup. The deeper you go in the Open Cup, then there's potential to have a Wednesday weekend fixture date every week for 4, 5, 6, 8 weeks in a row. So we will. This tournament will be a priority, that's for sure. It will require some rotation at different moments, but again, we've built out a deep roster for a reason.
The good news is you guys are playing extremely well. The bad news is you got to shut it down for a little bit. I'm sure as a coach, that's probably going to drive you a little crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have good momentum going, that's for sure. But I also know that our guys needed some rest. To get the good momentum going, we had to push hard, man. And, when we were 1-6, we all knew that we all had to dig deep, and these guys really did dig deep. And now we've managed to get ourselves out of that hole. So I think the rest will be good for us, mentally and physically. And I know when we pick up again for the Open Cup date and then for Seattle, that we'll have a group that'll be pretty healthy and ready to go.
At the beginning of the year, you talked about maybe rust, being sharp. How do you maintain that now during this little time off here?
Well, we train hard, right? We always train hard, and the reason we train hard is because we want the training sessions to mimic what games are like. And often the training sessions are harder than games, and that's by design. So I think that's the way that we stay fit, that we stay sharp. There's a friendly we have against Ecuador. We'll build in some different things to make sure that in all ways we keep ourselves sharp. And then are ready for 11v11 matches when they start to come around.
What's been the key to the offensive attack?
Rhythm. I think rhythm and confidence more than anything. And to be honest with you, I think that actually it starts with defending better. So the fact that we haven't had to chase the game, the fact that teams have been forced to come out and find the game against us means that it opens up more gaps and that our team doesn't feel desperate to push things. So, that's been important. I think as much as the goals come in as the 3 shutouts in a row and clean sheets, and that comes from Bradley all the way back. So, it's been good lately. We just got to keep going.
You got a little bit of time to rest up now. You got guys like Duval, who was banged up a little bit. Lloyd missed out, and also Damien coming back, I think, from France. What are the status on those guys?
Chris is ahead of schedule, so we're hopeful that by Seattle that he's back in the picture. Lloyd's fine. He trained full out today. And Damien got back last night. He visited the doctors this morning. He's getting a workout later today, and I'm hopeful that by the end of the week he's in training. So, we'll start to get our full complement of players, which is exciting.
You got still a couple of guys away on national team duty, but Derek Etienne was away with Haiti. Now he's back. What do you think that experience was like for him?
Well, he said it was a great experience, and that there was the play was at a really good level. There were good players. Anytime there's a lot of pride in representing your country. So, and I think it was a really wise move for their coach to bring him in, even if it was just for the initial training stint, and get him integrated so that moving forward they have a good sense of who he is and he can adapt and adjust to what the international level's like.
Practice today in front of college crowd, college coaches. Why was that important to you to do that?
Well, this is part of the 300-page plan, Anthony. No, this is one of the initiatives that Ali's put in place, and I think in all ways he's tried to integrate our community into what we do here. And that's from the grassroots level all the way up. And so, we've invited a bunch of college coaches out today to kind of see what we're about and get to know us a little bit more. And I always enjoy the dialogue between the coaches and us. And then, again, it's important for them to know exactly who we are. And hopefully we grow more fans out of the day.
back to Derek for a second. He hasn't featured for the first team yet, but is he someone that might factor in now? With you have Open Cup coming up, you obviously have the Champions League. Is he someone that might feature now?
Yeah, I mean, I think Derek's done well with the USL team, and overall that team's been much improved this year, and John's done a great job. And I'm really enjoying watching their games, and I think that a lot of our players are getting really good experiences. Derek specifically, I think he's been really sharp. I think that he's played different roles with that team, but he hasn't scored as many goals quite yet. But he's set up a lot of plays. He's been dangerous in a lot of games, and I think in a matter of time the goals will start coming. So now how it fits with us moving forward, yeah, there's definitely possibilities. We have to kind of balance out the whole roster in the right way to make sure that we're putting really good teams on the field for every game that we're a part of. And we feel strongly that we have a great roster, and that includes our young guys, and certainly Derek's a part of that. So not sure on the specifics yet, but I would guess that he factors in some way.
Sasha and Brad are both up for Player of the Month. What have they meant to your team in the most recent stretch of games and your style of play?
Yeah, I think, listen, in terms of our style of play, they both fit the way we like those positions to be played. So, I mean, Brad in many ways is a pure number 9, but he also is an incredibly hard worker, and his work ethic and work rate is second to none at that position. So it fits the way we do things. And then Sasha's cleverness, his ability to cover ground, his ability to make final plays, his sharpness on the ball, his leadership, in all ways he fits that position great. So they've done really well. They've been a big reason why we've turned the corner, and for me, I had a high level of confidence that it was only a matter of time before those two really got rolling.